My name's Matthew Boersen, and I'm the managing partner at Straight Path Wealth Management. A question we get quite often from our retiree clients is it okay if I work part-time? And working part-time is rarely a bad thing. Many times retirees are worried that it's going to have some negative impact on their retirement plan, but that is rarely the case. In fact, working part-time can greatly increase the probability of success of your retirement plan or increase the available spending amounts that you have inside that retirement plan, so you'll be able to spend more money each year. And there's a few things to consider when we look at part-time income and a few distinct benefits that you may experience from continuing to work part-time at least for a few years. Number one may seem a little silly, but it's the social interaction that you get from the workplace. We've seen many retirees go from working full-time to not working at all, struggle with all of a sudden being pulled away from what are many of their friends and closest allies. Being able to continue the social interaction with people at work at a regular basis many times helps people transition during retirement. Additionally, the potential to delay Social Security benefits. So if you are working part-time, you may delay your Social Security claiming, which means that you'll get bigger Social Security benefits later on. That can be a significant benefit. Additionally, being able to delay or reduce your portfolio withdrawals can have a huge impact on your retirement as well. Lastly, maybe the biggest impact that many people see is if you work part-time, many times it allows you to stay on your employer's health insurance. Health insurance can be one of the most expensive areas of retirement planning for people, and so being able to stay on employer's health insurance, even for an extra couple years, especially if you're retiring before age 65, can have a huge impact on your retirement plan. But there are a few things that we want to make sure that you consider when you go through this. Number one, and I've talked about it a second ago, is your Social Security claiming strategy. If you're already claiming Social Security and then you go back to work part-time, you'll have to be aware of a couple rules that happen with Social Security. If you go back to work before you're age 67, so you are working part-time but before what Social Security Administration considers your full retirement age, if you make over a certain level of income, Social Security may claw back some of your Social Security benefits. This can sound daunting, and we hear a lot of people being very nervous about this, but the reality is even if Social Security claws back some of your benefits, they will essentially credit them back to you at your full retirement age. The example we give is if you go back to work part-time, you make so much money that they claw all of your Social Security benefits for every year. When you get to age 67, the benefits that you'll start getting paid will be almost equivalent to if you would have just waited to claim Social Security in the first place until age 67. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is your tax withholdings, especially if you're going to still have Social Security or if you're still going to take withdrawals out of your portfolio. The tax withholding that your employer may do with a part-time job may not quite be enough. And so making sure that you proactively plan around taxes if you have part-time income and are marrying that with partial withdrawals out of your retirement accounts, making sure that the tax planning around that is solid will be really important so that you don't end up with any surprises in March or April of the next year. And lastly, an important thing to consider will be retirement healthcare subsidies. So if you retire before age 65 and you do not get employer health insurance as part of your retirement plan, and you qualify or think you qualify for some potential subsidies via the Affordable Care Act, you want to be really careful about part-time income and making sure that you update some of those projections. Working with your health insurance agent or working with your financial planner to make sure you have a proactive plan in place will also keep you from surprises of having to pay back subsidy credits that you thought you claimed and that you thought you got, but then earned too much money to actually get to claim them at the end. So these are a couple different moving pieces, but again, we don't want that to scare you because many times working part-time in retirement is a really, really good thing. Very rarely is it actually a negative thing. There's just some planning and analysis that has to go on the back end to make sure that you don't end up with any surprises a year down the road. So if you have any questions about working part-time in retirement or what that could mean for your retirement plan, we'd love to reach out and run a retirement plan for you and help you understand the dynamic of those different variables. Please feel free to reach out to me or any of my team here at Straight Path, and we'd love to walk you through that process.